Okay, this is the Mod 4 Part 3 notes, page 3. Quick review of percent increase and decrease, and you've got a nice explanation here at the top. So I am not going to read that through you, but I am going to work through the examples so that we make sure you are comfortable with what's going on here. So we are going to use the same problem for all of these. Our new value minus our old value, that difference divided by the old value, and then we're going to multiply by 100 to convert it from the decimal that we get to a percent. Number 4, the amount in a savings account in March was $300. In April, it was $310. So that $310 is our new amount. The 300 was the old or the original amount, and then we're going to divide that by 300. I'm going to be very specific here about making sure I subtract that numerator before I divide. And then when I plug that into the calculator, 10 divided by 300, I get 0.033, and it keeps repeating. I'm going to cut it off there after 4 places. To convert, I'm going to take this number and I'm going to write it separately. Times 100. Everything I have written down here, the 310 minus 300 all over 300, the 10 over 300, and that 0.0333, those are all the exact same number, different forms of the same number. When I go through now and multiply by 100, I'm changing the number. So I'm not going to just tack on that times 100 to the end of that mathematical sentence I already have. I'm going to rewrite that separately because these two sides are equivalent, but they are not the same as anything that I have in blue. Okay, so I get 3.33%. That is positive, so we know it is a 3.33% increase. Number 5, a person goes on a diet. Person on a diet goes from a weight of 250 pounds to a weight of 240 pounds. My new value is the 240. The old value is the 250. Again, we divide by our starting number, our original value, that old value. Here, I'm getting negative 10 divided by 250, which gives me a negative 0.04. Again, I'm going to move that over here, negative 0.04 times 100. I get a negative 4. This is my percent. It is negative. I'm going to rewrite this. That is a 4% decrease. The decrease tells us what's going on. That is how we rewrite that negative. I'm not going to write a negative 4% decrease because that is the same as using a double negative there, which makes it essentially an increase. Okay? So we rewrite that negative 4 as a positive 4% decrease. 6, we have got a website that is giving us information about cell phone subscriptions. In the year 2000, there were 38.32 mobile cellular subscriptions. In the year 2017, there were 122.01 mobile cellular subscriptions per 100 people. So the 122.01, that is our new value, minus we have a 38.32 old value. We're dividing that by our 38.32 old value. When I subtract the numerator, I get 83.69. I'm dividing that by my 38.32 in the denominator, and I'm getting 2.18. Don't be fooled. This already looks like a decimal. I still have to multiply it by 100, though. I get 218. That is our percent increase. Number 7, we have more website information, more website data. There were 68.27 fixed telephone subscriptions, so landlines basically, per 100 people in the US. And then in the year, that was the year 2000. In the year 2017, there were 36.95 fixed telephone subscriptions per 100 people. We want the percent increase or decrease. So again, starting with our new value, 36.95, we are subtracting our old value, 68.27. We are dividing that by our old value, 68.27. When I subtract these, I get a negative 31.32. I have got a negative up there. We know this is a decrease, which makes sense since the number of landlines went down from 2000 to 2017. When I subtract these, I get a negative 0.4588. I'm going to take that negative 0.4588, multiply it by 100, and I get negative 45.88%. That gives me a 45.88% decrease. The last example we have on this page, example 8. We've got another data set from the internet. The number of weekly hours of full-time production workers in non-agricultural activities was 62 hours per week in 1870 and 14.25 hours per week in 2000. Same thing, we are taking our new value, 40.25. We are subtracting our old value, which is the 62, and we are dividing that by our 62. I get a negative 21.75 divided by 62, which is a negative 0.3508. Again, I move that over here to multiply. Notice here I've dropped that leading zero. And I get a negative 35.08%, which gives me a 35.08% decrease in non-agricultural activities.